A lawyer who has worked with seniors for many years wants to share something important with us today. Too many families suffer because simple, legal steps were never taken. Steps that protect your wishes, your property, and your loved ones. That's why this lawyer is here to walk us through the legal checklist. Every senior over 60 in America must complete, explained in plain, simple terms. My dear friends, let me ask you something very important. If tomorrow, God forbid, you faced a serious health crisis, would your family know exactly what to do? Would your spouse, children, or loved ones have the legal power to step in? Would your property, your savings, your social security, and even your medical care be protected? Or would they be stuck in court, spending thousands of dollars, arguing over decisions, and losing precious time? I've been a lawyer here in the United States for many years, and let me tell you, too many seniors wait until it's too late. And as an elder myself, I can tell you this: leaving things undone is one of the greatest burdens we can pass down. That's why today we're going to walk through the legal checklist every senior over 60 must complete. This is not about fear. This is about peace. It's about making sure your wishes are respected and you're loved. Ons are spared unnecessary stress. I'll explain everything in plain English. No fancy legal talk. Just simple, clear steps with real-life examples. Think of it like we're sitting together in my living room with a warm cup of coffee, going through what really matters. So let's get started. Let's briefly talk about the will, which is your voice after you're gone. A will is simply a legal document that says who gets what when you pass away. Why it matters in the US is because without a will, state law decides, not your family, not your pastor, not your best friend. Judges decide. Let's look at common senior misconception, like, I don't have much, so I don't need a will. Wrong. Even a car, a bank account, or a piece of land you own as a senior matters. For example, a widow in Ohio who died without a will. Her 2 children fought for years over a small house because the law divided it equally, but one child had been living there. Let's look at the steps to write a will. Write it with a lawyer or use state-approved templates. Choose an executor, someone responsible to carry out your wishes. If you don't know how to choose the right executor, the video link below will guide you in choosing one. Sign it properly with witnesses. This varies by state. Think of a will as your final letter of love and clarity to your family. I will take you through on the power of attorney who speaks when you can't. A power of attorney is a paper that lets someone you trust make decisions for you if you can't. Types of power of attorney are financial power of attorney, which handles bank accounts and paying of bills. Another is healthcare power of attorney, which makes medical decisions. You may be wondering why healthcare power of attorney matters. It really matters, my friend, because if you become ill with dementia, stroke, or a sudden accident, your spouse or child may not automatically have legal power. Let's take a look at the life of a gentleman in Florida who had no POA. His wife had to go to court to get permission to access his retirement funds to pay his hospital bills, and this took months. The next is Advance Healthcare Directive, which is also known as Living Will. Advance Healthcare Directive is a written plan that tells doctors what to do if you can't speak. Do you want life support, feeding tubes, pain management, hospice care? Different states call it Advance Directive or Living Will. Hospitals are required to ask if you have one. This story of a woman in California tells a lot about this. The woman collapsed, and her children fought in the ICU because she had never written her wishes. Doctors were caught in the middle, so make sure to write your power of attorney down now. While you're healthy and calm, let's US also look at the beneficiaries of will on retirement accounts and insurance. In accounts like 401k, IRA, pensions, life insurance, even bank accounts. But the problem is, beneficiary designations override your will. A man in Texas forgot to update his life insurance after a divorce. The money went to his ex-wife, not his children. Checklist. Review beneficiaries every 2 to 3 years. Another power of attorney to consider is guardianship and dependence. For seniors raising grandchildren, decide who will take care of them legally. For disabled adult children, set up legal guardianship or special needs trusts. Without it, courts decide, and it may not be the person you'd want. One of the crucial aspects of power of attorney is organizing important documents. Documents like birth certificate, marriage certificate, social security card, Medicare card, property deeds, military records, insurance policies, tax returns. They can be stored in fireproof safe, attorney's office, or trusted family member. This saves loved ones from scavenger hunts during crisis. Another aspect of will is digital legacy. Digital legacy like online banking, social media account, email, digital investments, even digital photos. Digital will: make a list of accounts, passwords, and instructions. A senior's Facebook was hacked after death. This really family distress for the deceased family. Make sure to use a password manager or write it down and store it safely, making it known to your executor. Another aspect of power of attorney is funeral and burial wishes. Why is this important? Families often argue when they don't know. Options like cremation versus burial, church service, music, obituary. A veteran who wrote down that he wanted a flag on his coffin in his will. His family honored him with pride because that's what he wanted. Make sure to prepay if you can, or at least write your wishes. The last type of power of attorney, we will look into it. Estate planning beyond a will. This makes sure to avoid probate court, save taxes, protect property. This type of will is useful if you own property in multiple states, have a blended family, or want privacy. Let's look at a related life scenario. A family in New York avoided 2 years of probate by setting up a simple living trust. Using other tools like transfer on death deeds, joint ownership. Make sure to review your will at intervals. Life changes. In your marriages, divorces may take place later in life. New grandchildren may come up. There may also be a need to sell property. Make sure to review your legal documents every 2 to 3 years. Why is this important? Because the law changes, and so does life. My dear friends, we've covered a lot today. But remember, this checklist is not about fear. It's about love. A will speaks for you when you're gone. A power of attorney protects you when you're silent. An advance directive saves your family from fighting. Organizing your papers spares your children from stress. Every step you take is a gift of peace and clarity. So don't put this off. Take it one document at a time. You don't have to do everything in one day, but start, because tomorrow is not promised. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you already started your legal checklist? Or are you just beginning? Share your story in the comments. Your wisdom could help another senior. And before you go, give this video a like so other seniors can see it too. Subscribe and join our community where we talk about health, wisdom, money, and legal. All that makes peace of mind for our golden years. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay prepared, stay protected, and may your legacy live on.